good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome this time to Rage Across New York, the werewolf venue, and not Rage Across New York, but not werewolf venue with mages. Today's scene will see uh, Kotori doing his usual meditation around the shrine of Uktena, still making planification about his future projects, thinking about what kind of offering would Bear actually appreciate out of him to allow him to make a fetish out of its spirits. And as the Adren Lupus is thinking around the water, I guess there is someone that actually wishes to go and talk to this weird wolf.
Yeah, excuse me. Cinna has actually been walking around in the vicinity of the shrine for a while now. Just walking um, on the shore of the lake, looking out over the waters. As she's been doing a lot the past couple of days. She's very differently from the other days, not throwing rocks in the water. Um, and as she sees Kotori, she'll approach him, but will keep a distance just to make sure that she would not offend him if she steps too close. She's not quite sure if he's busy or not.
Mm, well, his ears flickered a little bit as he acknowledged the presence of Cinna, and he's going to get up, stretching his leg, yawning, and he's going to turn to you. Huh. Well, hello, not cub anymore.
There is a smile as he says this. Doesn't necessarily seem to be a very happy smile, but it's a smile, and she'll approach very respectfully. After all, it's an adren, and she's still nothing but a cliath. And she'll actually sit down and lay on her back, just almost casually at the edge of the shore, or at the edge of the lake, just to submit if Kotori so wishes.
Uh, he he looks he looks at her, studying her a little bit closer to see actually if there's something that has changed in Cinna. I guess I'm going to throw a perception empathy on this because pretty much, I mean, I might not need to roll, but basically what he's searching is that now that she's, clear of Silverfang and that apparently she's daughter of something queen, does it makes her, does she act like, yeah, I'm Silverfanging?
Hmm. 3
By
successes.
not not rolling over.
Well, she's definitely paying her respects. This is the for her the way to roll over. As she is actually lying on her back and presenting her throat.
Oh, okay. No, because I wasn't
But
sure.
no, she basically what she did is she sat down next to the lake and just lay back lay backwards, lay herself down backwards. Only she made it look more like a human just relaxing at the lake of
Mhm.
shore for the shore of a lake. Wow, because if someone would be watching that would not be part of our society, it wouldn't come up as very weird.
Mhm.
So it's just something that she, now that she doesn't have to immediately, because then she used to pretend to trip and roll over. She just made herself accustomed that um, she does it in a way that doesn't immediately raise suspicion if she would do this around
Mhm.
humans.
Uh-huh.
But she's definitely she. So the difference that would be between when she was a cub and and now that she's cleared, is that she will do it more calmly, but she'll
Mhm.
she'll show her respect most
Mhm.
definitely.
And yeah, he uh he will just go and gently nibble nibble the neck to show that yeah, he accept and that she can stop rolling over.
And she'll with that she'll sit up again, um, and simply because of respect for Kotori, she will have started changing slowly.
Mhm.
And there is the white wolf, who's now keeping, well, basically lying in front of you as she does in the picture, only without the butterfly, because the butterfly is just too fucking cute. Kotori Raya, I figured I would find you here at some point.
Hmm. Yes, somehow being close to my den makes this a very potential place where I can be. Indeed.
Hmm.
So, you came to talk to me. I am listening. I am all ears, and I hear a lot.
Really?
Hmm.
I
I
came
heard you
to.
coming here.
This is true. Then again, I did not try to not be heard.
Hmm, that is true. I still managed to hear. Hmm, I'm not that old.
I am not. I I hope you're well. I
he, he makes a pause at that.
She's really trying very much to be polite, but she's not quite sure how Lupa's politeness works. You can clearly see this.
it, it's more that his ears flatten a little bit when she asks, "How are you?"
Hmm.
And he makes a pause, and he's going to search for something in his little bag, and it's a bone, and he's going to snap it. I'm good.
I'm so rolling peony on that as well.
Oh yeah, you can peony all you want.
Yay!
So you're also in lupus, so
Hmm.
I think it's a 5. So it would make
Mm,
for
yeah,
success,
yeah.
or more if you have perception specialty.
No, 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 no.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah,
wait, I
no.
do have a perception specialty. What am I yawning about? I have perception and attentive specialty.
Yeah, you would definitely see that, you know, it's something that uh you've probably seen in a lot of a very human thing, actually, how people, are smiling and saying that they're they're good, but
Hmm.
they're not really. And
She recognizes that instantly because that's what she's been doing the past couple of days.
exactly. And however, you because also you've heard the rumors that basically Kotori is pretty much on a depression road
Hmm.
lately. And however, the thing that you've seen instantly is that this this feeling, of depression that you felt
Hmm.
has completely changed the moment he snapped the bone, and that he seems happy or joyous right now is what you would say considering his body language. But with your amount of success, I would say that you still see that, his body language says it, but his eyes say something completely different.
Hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. Cinna, kind of her head, she cocks her head a little, looking at Kotori, just staying silent for a little bit. She is not quite sure if it's her place right now to say anything, and in the end, she decides against it because Kotori kind of mimics how she's been doing the past couple of days, and she got she didn't want to have people asking too many questions about how she felt and how she was doing and if everything was okay, and she kind of got tired of that. So she'll shovel a little closer, um, to show that she does understand, but she'll ask not.
Mhm. He'll stay silent a little bit, even if he leans against Cinna.
Hmm.
So outside of that wolf, how well how things went in for both your travels.
That's a very shitty roll on a subterfuge, as she
Okay,
she'll just lick her paw for a moment. Jesus fuck. And she'll look up, try to be as bright eyed as any enthusiastic young wolf should, as she says, everything went fine. I've learned a lot, but you can see that, oh
Mm,
God, because she's trying to keep up, but apparently it's more difficult in lupus form to hide your true feelings, as you can clearly tell that she's
mhm,
not fine. There's a lot of things that are on her mind. She's distracted. Her fur is kind of is not as shiny as it should be. It's kind of dull, actually. There's some
mhm,
patches of dirt at her paws where
mm,
normally you would figure she would be groomed better. And yeah.
mhm. He he looks he looks at Cinna, but he's not really saying anything because, well,
Yeah.
he knows. He knows that feel. So he will think a little bit. I heard that Talia is no longer a cop too.
Yeah, she had a rite of passage last night. She was amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, what did the get of Fenrir judge that she had to do? Become one of her Aruns?
She had to destroy some Fomori threats under, I don't know, somewhere in the city. I wasn't allowed to come along, so I've not seen how it went. But she came back bloodied. Was very proud to say that most of that blood wasn't her own.
I guess. I guess I shouldn't really be surprised that this would be something that the sons and daughter of Fenrir would ask, especially for, well, one of the full moon. You have to prove that you are the most capable warrior, or die trying. At least she didn't die. That would have been sad.
Yes, definitely sad. I'm very happy that she's still with us. I was very happy to see her returning.
You seems to be more close to Talia than the others. At least from the way you're talking about it.
We understand each other in a way that the others don't. Which I guess is interesting, since we do not. We have different auspices and different tribes. And
Tribes and hospices are they shape you for who you are, but they are not ones to stand between kinship. If one finds someone who makes them feel whole and complete, it doesn't matter who their tribe is or which auspice they hail from. Well, except spirals. That's just no. That's just bad news. You just don't. You don't befriend a spiral. That's
no,
that would be stupid.
really.
Suicidal, rather.
Greenlee is.
He was a kinfolk. It is not yet the same as being one truly of the spiral. Kinfolks are easier to bring back. Not.
Speaking of kinfolk, I have a You're good with cleansing, aren't you?
You're talking about bad kinfolk, aren't you?
Freddy.
Hmm.
Didn't know anyone had already talked to you about it.
Well, the spirits, they talk. But yeah,
Yes.
Michael was the one who talked to me about it.
Good.
That is going to be complicated. I do not know if he has been too much touched by the worm. That might be complicated. But it doesn't mean that it cannot be tempted. Did you try to do a simple cleansing?
Mikhail did, yeah. Well, first Emmett did the first time that I brought him close to the sept,
Mhm.
not on the sept, of course. Um, that hurted so much that we stopped immediately. Then later on, when Freddie truly understood what was going to happen, Mikhail did a cleansing. It's, I don't think it almost killed him, but it did. I think it only almost didn't kill him because uh, Dr. Mega was there as well, and he was actively assisting Freddy to stay alive.
Hmm.
I he wants to continue.
Hmm.
Ren said she had an idea, and Mikhail said you had a lot of experience because of the sickness, that illness that I've been.
Hmm. Yes, I I managed to heal the sickness of the kinfolk that touched them for the fish with the help of Michael and some assistance of the younger Garu. But if you're telling me that the cleansing ritual has been hurting him, hmm, I have a more pure way of cleansing. But if if the influence of the worm is at its core, that it has always been part of them, then I don't think that my ritual will help. I can still tempt it, but it is not guaranteed.
Are you willing?
he he gives a a look with this grin that he has always when he has an idea. Very bad ones, of course.
Oh dear.
Well, let's just say that you have a kinfolk from the spiral, correct?
Yes.
So he must know things.
I don't know how much he knows, but
Hmm.
at least I know he's willing to help us find. Well, at least show us the last spot where he saw the Black Spiral Dancers, where he saw Alan actually, because Alan sent him to me. Well, anyway,
What?
uh, remember the when the mayor was having her lockdown
Uh huh.
on the park, and
Yes.
I wrote the article that in the end made it go away.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed off Sept for a while avoid um, to avoid people looking into me and then seeing that I'm in Central Park all day. So I stayed just in my apartment in Long Island. I still have that from when I was a kid.
Mm.
I was bored. I didn't really have much to do. There was at that point no articles to write because what could I do? Everybody was going to see how this was going to end first. So I wouldn't be able to sell anything anyway. And I finished a statue that we started a long time ago with, well, the idea came from Alan. Um, Antonio helped, Leah helped, I helped at that point, and it was almost finished. But not entirely. So I brought it over to my apartment, finished it, and then I made a cryptic text in my blog. That is a computer diary, place where you write what you do. And I left a message for Alan that I would place it at the place where I first met the Hudson River. And what I didn't write, but he knew, was that was with him when I'd just been days in New York, and we stole a boat somewhere. So I placed it there, and in the hope he would show up. I was hoping to set a trap. Well, he didn't show up, but he sent a kin, and that was Freddie. And I persuaded Freddie to not go back there, but to come with me. He wants to go home. That was what I promised him, that I would do my best to bring him home if he would, in return, show us where we could find Alan.
It's a dangerous game. But
isn't that the entire nation? A dangerous game.
I wouldn't call it a game. I would rather call it we have to hit each other on the head because we're too dumb to look around.
Give me a moment. Dice stream. Again, a poor roll. Only 2 successes. As you say that, that we're just busy trying to hit each other on the head instead of looking around. She's trying to hide that actually. It strikes a chord with her. She seems to lose her trail of thoughts for a moment and is just staring out on the waters, and
she loses her cool for a second.
Yeah.
Kotori thinks about what they say and what has been said. Sometimes it is hard to look around, no matter how strong we might want. We are focused on our problems. Little brother looks at the problem and will scream at it, pointing its finger accusedly. He will not look around. He only sees the problem in front of him, and he will have no rest until the problem have disappeared. We see things differently. We don't see the problem. We are too focused on looking inside to look around anymore. Only our traditions, our knowledge and secret matters. Those are only the reasons why we look outside. All Garus are different in the way they deal with problems. Children of Gaia looks too much around. They look too much around, but Garu is not an owl. Garu can't look behind it. It can only look in front of it or on the side, but can't look behind it. No matter how strong Children of Gaia seems that they can look behind them.
Yeah, and we point and blame our brothers and sisters, even within our tribe.
Hmm.
Anyway, well,
Mhm.
it would be very. If there's any price that you, anything that I can do for you to repay you for helping with Freddy, just ask. I'm not quite sure how much he can give you in.
There's always, always things that can be paid. And also, well, I have this, and he's going to roam through the little bag, and he's going to basically start to shake it. And there seems to be a ton of little paper that gets out of the bag. Is Cinna going to look at what those are?
Of course.
So when you start to take one, it's it's a stick note,
Mhm.
and it's written, "I owe you, Travis." There's another one, "I owe you, Travis." I still owe you, Travis.
Cinna looks for a moment. She looks a little bit confused, and then she'll well, I wouldn't say laugh, but the equivalent in lupus. She shakes her head like, "Oh, Travis." Sometimes I really wonder how he got where he is now. I guess this is what part of the answer.
uh, he still does a lot of things by
He's
by himself. But
he's not a bad person, but
hmm,
there are things.
we can't always love everyone.
Exactly.
We can respect people, but it doesn't mean that we can love them as much as we love certain people of our nation. But it doesn't change their prowess or their achievement.
This is true.
You can take Garrett, for example.
I value Gareth a lot.
Hmm. Garrett can do things. He's still a Shadow Lord, and he's not going to say more.
I
As he
think Cinna
chuckles,
kind of understands.
as he chuckles.
I think Cinna kind of understands because she was around when everything happened with
Mhm.
Andre and Xavier, and
Mm.
yeah, she nods, but
Hmm.
yeah.
So, do you feel comfortable enough to talk to me about what you wanted to talk?
I just had a question actually,
Hmm?
a teaching question actually. I was wondering if
Ah,
you
teaching. I do
was
that.
yeah, I hope. I was wondering if you could help me to learn how to talk to spirits because I have tried. I've tried communicating with spirits.
Mhm.
One time you were there, I believe, with Roanoke.
Mhm. Ah, yes, the summoning of our father.
It was a long time ago. And later on, when I made the dream catcher for Mother Larissa to divert her nightmares, um, was with Sam, that Shadow Lord,
Mhm.
and we summoned a chimera spirits, not
Mm.
the chimera, but a chimera. I tried talking to it with pictures,
Mhm.
like drawings. It doesn't work as well as actually being able to talk.
Mm.
If I want spirits
Yes.
to teach me things, and I want that, then it would definitely help if I would be able to actually communicate with them. So I was kind of hoping if you could help me with that.
Hmm. Well, yes, I can help with that. After all, hmm, I mean, I can also give another advice. This one is for free. It's your first free Kotori advice. The other ones can be paid in bacon or in any other means and knowledge.
I'll find the best bacon in New York for you.
Good. Then here is my advice. When you will have mastered the language of the spirit, then I I would advise you to know how to summon them. That might be useful,
Hmm.
but more than anything, there is something that I feel is missing within this sept, or at least not in my pack. My pack hasn't missed that. But find any guidance spirit and have them teach you how to sense the worm.
I don't think I need a spirit for that.
Hmm. Then, if you do not, I highly suggest you that you master that. Because apparently, in this sept, people think that they don't need to sense the worm.
Cinna kind of she chuckles as well right now. She's like, "Well, I am. As you probably know, I am a silver fang, and when I
Yes, it's a little bit hard not to notice. I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
I would have thought for a second that you, I mean, you were a Wendigo, but you don't have the Hamid fur complexion.
Yeah, no, this is true. Um, but when I became part of the tribe, I
Mhm.
I found that I could sense it.
Then it's perfect. At least we will have a scout that is able to sense the worm. Hooray! Rejoice!
So thank you for your free advice. It is very much appreciated.
Yes, well, I have been proven wrong, so you will have the possibility to ask me another question, whichever be of your liking, whenever you feel like it. You can come to me and ask me the question that you want.
Another question.
Hmm.
She seems to ponder this. Not quite sure if this is the right time.
Hmm. Here's something coming from an adren. There is no right time. There has never been any right time, actually.
I might need. This is way more than a question. But I might need an ambassador for the pure tribes.
Hmm.
So we might need help. I don't know. So, but maybe soon, maybe not.
Hmm.
I,
Does this have to do with your rite of passage?
yeah.
Hmm.
Have you heard?
Hmm. I haven't asked the spirit to spy on people. That's not very polite to do. But the only thing that I understand is that apparently now you are, and he thinks you're like the sleeping girl in her glass den, surrounded by the seven meadows.
Snow White? No, no. They always call me that. Most definitely not. No. Actually, you're also keeper, so you might even need to know. I've already talked to the warder and Wormfo, so I guess, yeah. No.
We are to be expected visitor, is what you mean.
Yeah. We. My tribe works with different houses. My house is accused of being corrupted and worm-tainted, and has been almost annihilated by another house. This is the short version. It gets more complicated if you want to, but trust me, it's giving me headaches on a daily basis now. So that House Gleaming Eye works together with the Cat of Fenris, and they are ruthless. I met one of them in England, and he was very much, he was almost rejoicing when he found out what I was and who I was and who my mother was. And he immediately left to call or to go over to his cat friends. He said he would come. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know when. Well, the why. But I don't know how this is going to be. Maybe they're just coming here, create a lot of havoc, and leave again. I mean, we have ties to House Morningkill, so that, and Mother Larissa, they can't easily go past that. But they might send, I don't know, they might send an army. That's the worst case scenario. I just don't know what they're gonna do. But you might want to question the get a new Gets or new Silverfangs that step on Sep's grounds.
I guess some things never really change.
I'm sorry. I
Mm,
brought a lot of brought a lot of bad things on the Sept, and all because I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
hmm. If I remember correctly, not keeping your mouth shut has helped Recept quite a lot in the past.
I maybe I don't know. It's something I need to work on, I guess. Need to find a way to be
Mm,
patient more.
patience can be useful. Sometimes patient is just another way to not deal with problems. Looking away, thinking that, yes, it will eventually find itself a solution.
Mm.
Hmm. So, what you're saying is that you want me to see if the pure tribe might stand behind Mother Larissa in defense on the Sept if things went wrong.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
I can totally understand that they would not stand behind me or even behind Morning
Hmm.
Raya, but Decepts.
Wendigo, Wendigo most certainly wouldn't. Little brother is still hurt, and I don't need to summon a child of snow to ask what Wendigo think right now of Kachina.
Hmm.
So I do not think. However, my tribe, hmm, my tribe might, and I want to make it very clear,
Yeah.
might help, but an Uktena never does anything for free. We search for knowledge more than anything. Knowledge is our driving goal. So it will depend, of course, on the elders and what they judge to be the normal course of action. But we have two things that might sway their mind. If things were to go badly, that might actually gain us the help of the Uktena. But it is not guaranteed. I
Well,
will see.
I've always heard that the Wendigo and the Get were not on very good terms with each other. What would the Wendigo hate more? The
Hmm.
Sept being what it is now, or the Sept taken over by Silverfangs and Get only?
Or, or more accurately, would they just wait for see whoever is the victor and then take it back?
That might be as well. This is true. I'm not. I'm not Isaiah Morningkill. I would never even dare to presume to gather all the tribes around me. Besides, I don't even know what exactly happened with my house,
Hmm.
where it went wrong, and how far House Gleaming Eye is right. For all I know, they are. I've heard other say that House Gleaming Eye went way too far,
Hmm.
but I've also heard that there was indeed corruption in my house, and you can't sense it with Sensworm.
Hmm.
There are a lot of things that I need to find out, but at this point, I feel very strongly that I want to find out and that I want to rebuild my house and make it
Hmm.
make it proud of itself again and have my mother take her position, her rightful position again, I would do. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know exactly everything, and there is so much that I need to find out before I can make a good decision. Being a journalist means knowing your sources, and right
Hmm.
now all the sources are vague. But
Hmm. Huh. I think that this is a noble goal that one can have, to want to rebuild what was broken from the past. Hmm. Hmm. Corruption is a broad term. It doesn't need indeed to be coming from the worm taint. We all suffer in a way or another from our own madness. It comes in different shapes in every tribe, but we all have something inside us that is not worm tainted, and yet is just as frightening as it would be.
yeah, I've heard about the madness.
Hmm. I will see what I can do. In the meantime, I guess that the only advice I can give you concerning that matter, find comfort in your friend, cherish their friendship, and live for today. Don't live for what was or what hasn't yet happened. I think Wolf Ho might have taught you that.
Yes, but I must say, being here again and having to face with that what happened and seeing how that what happened shapes my present and quite possibly my future. I wish I could just keep it simple and take look at today and not at yesterday or tomorrow. But I I guess I'll always have to in some way, shape or form.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wolfholm made me very much aware that you have to look at the big picture of a pack, how to keep
Hmm.
it together, how to keep it safe.
Hmm. I am sure that you will find an answer to the questions that plagues your mind. It might take time, but if there's anything that we have learned since the first day I jumped on you, is that Cinnamon Harris never, never let things go down easily. That she always stand proud, trying to find the solution or what she feels is right.
that feels like a lifetime ago, actually.
I
Quite
mean,
forgotten about it, actually.
if you want, I can wait until you don't expect it and then just jump on you.
Well, maybe I need it from time to time. Have someone pat me on the head without me realizing it.
Hmm. Perhaps. We shall see if I need to pounce once again to knock some sense and some laugh out of you.
I wish I could do the same. I hope you have. I hope you have people here that can help you with that. I wish I could, but I know that there is a huge gap between us, where you are the elder and I am the kid, the cub.
Hmm. You're not a kid anymore. You're an adult now. I'm just way more adult. And I mean, clearly, if I can be the adult, anyone can.
That she'll actually kind of half playfully grab his ear and yank it a little bit. You are the most adultiest adult.
No, I'm not. That's Mother Larissa. I'm not that old.
She is the most. She is the oldest adult. But I've seen her in a tutu dancing ballet, and that was quite a sight to behold. I would not call her the most adultiest adult. She knows how to not take life seriously, and that's something I think we can all learn from time to time.
Yes, you might be the oldest, but she knows.
Yeah, she does.
Have you makes wonder what is within her cart.
Yes, I know. It is a mystery that I'm still looking very much forward to it's on the back of my mind a lot. Every time she's mentioned, I gotta find out what's in that card at some point.
Well, I'm going to suggest you to take probably an umbral feather to find your way back, because if you fall into that bag.
Oh, God. Do you have one left over?
Oh yes, I do.
Awesome. I'll let you know what's in there as
Oh,
prize.
no problem. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting things. What might even think there might be a lost civilization inside that.
Oh, it could very well be.
I guess it's a thing that we will find in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope also that you find someone else to form a pack with you and Talia. That
I,
way you will be able to have fun on your own and not depending on the old wolves around here.
Travis asked me.
Oh. I guess your answer wasn't positive.
I Said I would think about it.
Hmm.
He made a pretty good point when he pointed out that Blitzkrieg had been in the same pack for a while, and that sometimes opposites can work in a pack. However, I still have the feeling that if he and me would end up in the same pack, we would probably destroy the pack itself.
Hmm.
There would be too much bickering going on. For some reason, we can't not snap at each other. I still respect him, but
Hmm. Seems to make me think almost and the relationship between my two philodox, even if they don't snap at each other's face, they don't understand each other.
I know Ren is in your pack. Who else?
Olaf is in my pack.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, Ren mentioned. I've Ren was rather surprised. She and I had a talk a couple of days ago, and she fully expected that I would join the uh,
Hmm.
Striders, or are they the Hunters? I don't know anymore. I'm a
No,
character.
no, I'm the hunter.
You're the Hunter, yes, of course. So I figured as much, but I wasn't quite sure. So she fully expected that I would join the Striders, and I at that point hadn't even considered packing with anyone at all.
Hmm.
But I don't think the Striders, as I said, I think in the end the Striders and me would
Hmm.
snap at each other constantly. I don't. I want to feel. I want to be in a
Hmm.
pack where I can trust
Hmm.
people. Not.
It is what it is. A pack is a family. It is all about trust. If you cannot trust your packmates, then then it is a dysfunctional pack.
Hmm.
Sometimes. Hmm. I would say that it's better to have a group rather than being alone, but a dysfunctional group is as much dangerous as a lonely wolf. And
Yeah.
also, he takes a pebble, uh, a small rock in his paw, and he just flick it in the direction of Cinna's face. She's going to dodge, I would guess.
Yeah.
And as she does that, now you know why you can't be in the Striders. You see? It's not that complicated.
Oh. She.
It's the ban. It's part of the ban of their totem. They have to face the problem heads on. They don't really dodge things. They take it to the face.
Oh. Um. There are a couple of things that I can take to the face, but most of the things I cannot take to the face.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that whichever pack you would choose to join, or whichever pack you will create with those brothers and sisters that you feel close to.
I thought packs invited. Not you can't just walk up to a pack and be like, "Hi, I'm gonna be with you now."
Oh no, but you can come to a pack and say, I want to join. And then that's the
Mm.
moment where I go, hmm, as he shuts his eye and takes a very serious expression. Hmm. And then I go, maybe. Then I say, potentially. And then I throw you a challenge in the face. That's how I work.
Really,
Yes.
I would be much curious as to the challenge you would throw at the.
Hmm. Challenge depends on people. For example, Eric, the Arun of the Get of Fenrir,
Hmm.
he came to me most, well, I would say most probably because I have a Get of Fenrir in my pack. He
Hmm.
would feel a kinship to have another one of those with him. He came to me and asked if he could join. Uktena is about learning secrets, finding lost lores, finding lost objects, bring them back from whichever dark places there is to be. But it also means that sometimes following Uktena can lead you to the darkest of places. I know. I've been there. It sucks. If I told him that I didn't doubt his capacities as a warrior. But being the greatest warrior is meaningless if you don't know how to kill your adversary. If your adversary doesn't fear your claws, doesn't fear your bite, then you have to think of something else. And if you don't have the knowledge to back that up, then you die. So I went to Chimera and I asked him to basically see what kind of Arun he was. The challenge is a dream. He will face. I don't really know what Chimera has in stock, but I would probably think something that he can't kill straight away by using his claws, and he will have to find a solution. If he can find the solution and come with a clever way to end the threat, then I will have no problem with him joining the pack. That is the sorts of thing that I ask. Or, well, I could have gone with something else that I gave Olaf, but Olaf was very straightforward. I would guess that as a Ragabash, you would find a way to go around it.
I don't dare to say whether I am a very good Ragabash or not, but I found that compared to the rest of the people in the Sept, and I definitely do not mean to brag, but I totally do because I have overconfidence, right? But I noticed that I can look at a problem and think of a way to creatively solve it. It's a sport in some way, shape, or form, and I'm not saying it's always the best solution, but usually it is.
It is the purpose of a Ragabash. Looking at a problem and, well, shape it, turn it around, look at it, and then conclude that the better way to solve this silly square made of colors is not to try and finish it, but just slam it to the ground, take all the little pieces, and put it back with all the neat colors rather than make it too complicated and try to solve it.
There's a myth that I think you would appreciate. It's a Celtic myth. I've heard it when I was a little kid. It was about a tribe in Ireland, I believe, when the world was still young. That the alpha men. It was a human tribe. The leader, the alpha, had died, and there was no heir. So they went to a wise man, and they asked, "What do? We don't have a leader. We're gonna die. Winter is coming. We need a leader because we need to know what to do." So the wise man said, "I will provide you with a challenge." And he grabbed a rope and he started making a knot, a very complicated knot, very complex. Just a knot in a rope. He handed it to the tribe of man. Said, "Whoever can solve this knot will be your leader? For years, people tried to solve the knot, to untie it. It became famous. The tribe became famous. It survived because it became famous. Because people brought food, meat, furs, vegetables, and any kind of food you can think of. They brought things that the tribe needed to survive. And from all over Ireland, young bright men who wanted to become leader came to test their capability to solve the knot. No one did, and in the end, the people gave up. The tribe was starting to despair again because they had known a good time. There had been plenty of food, and shelter had been fixed, and they had furs to make clothing and everything. But now they would surely die because no one was coming anymore. There hadn't been anyone for months, and food was starting to get scarce again. They needed to hunt themselves again, and it became difficult. So they were actually rather upset with the old man, the wise man, but they couldn't find him anymore when it came looking for him. And they were afraid. And as they were sitting in their houses and the cold wind started to blow in, there was this young man who basically knocked on the door, asked to be let in. So they let him in, and he asked for the challenge of the knot. And they looked at him, and he looked like a scrawny fellow. They didn't think he would be able to make it. So they basically told him, it's useless, we're gonna die. He said, let me try. So they gave him the knot because, And he looked at the knot, stared at it for hours, just looking at it, thinking about it, staring at it. And then he said, I can solve this. And they laughed because he had just been sitting there. He had not even tried to touch the rope yet. But he laughed as well, grabbed the knife, and cut through the rope. And as he did, the knot fell apart. See, there is no knot anymore. I always try to find the solution that doesn't hit you in the face, that doesn't seem the most obvious. Because usually they are the best.
That's a good one.
They say the boy became their leader and actually led that tribe to great prosperity, and that it became, in the end, the ruling tribe of all Ireland. Don't know for how long, of course, and all in all, it's just a myth. But I really liked the story as a kid.
Myths always hold a part of truth. There is always a base to a myth. And myths are here to teach us lessons. Thank you for this story that you shared. It is more than welcome. I wouldn't have cut through it because obviously I don't have funds.
But could have been it.
Yes. Or just take it somewhere, hide it, no one would find it. No more knot.
But then you wouldn't have defeated the knot would have defeated you.
No, because he can't get out by himself. I win.
It's still a Hobbit story. I'm sure
Hmm.
Lupus would have different stories.
Hmm. Lupus stories are different indeed. Hmm.
And I don't claim to be a Galliard. I'm not very well with my storytelling.
Hmm. It was satisfactory. After all, I thought that being journalist meant you were telling stories.
In a way, yes, but it depends. Journalist just basically means you write stories for people to read, very short stories. You're not a writer after all. I
Hmm.
consider Galliards to be more writers. But there are journalists who write stories just for the story. However, a lot of journalists, and the reason why I first started to become a journalist, although I actually never finished my school, I became a journalist to find the truth
Hmm.
because they say history is made by the victor,
Mm-hmm.
and they write what they think is truth. But your truth is different from my truth, and the real truth will lie somewhere in the middle, and that's just with two factors.
Hmm.
Like, take the nation. There are 13 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
All of them have a different view of the nation, have a different truth to the nation. The real truth of the nation lies somewhere in the middle.
Hmm.
And when we reach that middle, we might actually function for real. Now, I'm not claiming that I can find the real truth, the real middle of the nation,
Hmm.
but I'm curious enough to try and find out.
Hmm. He will grin. Well, know that if you cannot find your own home, there is always a place for people like you in my pack. But I suggest that you find your own way.
Thank you for the offer. I wouldn't go anywhere without Thalia.
Hmm. I understand. I felt the same way with smiles.
I kind of miss smiles in a way. It's stupid. Yeah, I know, it's stupid. It's really stupid. Like, I
I mean, he leaves pretty marking impressions on people.
she'll kind of scratch one of her paws. She kind of scratches over her tummy a little. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but he was intriguing, and especially after Wolf's Home, I think I would have understood him better. I would have understood him better now. Part of me is sad that he's not here. I still think he would hate me,
Hmm.
but I would have been very much willing to learn from him.
Hmm.
As I said, greater truth.
I wish he was here sometimes.
Won't you visit him?
Yes, but it's not the same thing.
It might not be a bad idea now, right now. Maybe it'll give you some distraction, some peace, just for a while.
Hmm.
I mean, what do I know after all, but still.
Yes, I guess I'll pay him a visit actually. Thank you for doing your job.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for doing yours.
It's always a pleasure. Eh, go on. I'm sure that Talia or any other people from the Sept would appreciate to see you again after your trip.
Talia has not been leaving my side very much.
Hmm. Well, do you really need a reason?
A reason?
To just go back to Talia and
No,
enjoy her company?
no, I don't.
Hmm.
Well, I still
Hmm.
hope that you can do this spirit teaching thing
Hmm.
language. I really.
We'll get you a spirit to teach you how to speak.
That would be great. Thank you so much. As I said, the best bacon in New York. I'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, she'll stand up and puts her paw on his nose for a bit. It's kind of making a pat pat movement, and then she'll run off.
Hmm. Younglings. And with that, we will end our scene. Thank you, player, for playing, watchers for watching, and we will catch you next time on the knowledge train.